Not entirely sure why it's going so slowly. Oh, we'll see. Alright, anyhow, top tier Pershing Siegfried line. Mid tier artillery. Pretty much the same comps. On encounter mode. So on encounter mode, well, if you have optics, which it looks like you do have optics, you can spot through this area right here by driving up into basically in these bushes that are over here. You can't fire then though. Most people don't really do that in the Pershing. I don't normally drive through the tracks over on this side. I'll go around through here and come into the town, because it's really easy for them to do the same thing from the outside, spot as you go through here and then just get shots. Doesn't look like anyone on your team is really spotting, which is fine. And then you can take up a position anywhere on this 5, 6, 7 line. Looks like your ELC is pushing forward. So always watch like what the guys in front do and then see if they're going to spot anything. So that guy's a late bloomer, which is fine. I usually don't like playing this lane right here. I don't think this is a very easy lane to play. It's just, you know, there's more trading than anything else. So it looks like most of their team is actually slow to come out of the cap. Your ELC just went completely YOLO in there. But that actually gives you intel. So then now it's what do you do with that intel? That tells you that they really haven't sent that much to the east, but that these slow rollers are headed that way, right? So you know that they're headed to this general area. And we got yet another YOLO guy. YOLO scouts are all the rage. You're not really going to have any good shots over there. You've got a bunch of guys in the field, which on this particular mode is not really that helpful. So you can watch through this middle area here, like cover this WZ-131. I think you can get shots on that T-29.
It's a trap!
Nice shot. T-29's behind you. T-29 should die from the other guys that are just sitting there, the low and the IS. Luva. Good job. And you need to try to establish on this line if you can. Especially with the number of guys that you've seen over here.
It's a trap!
You have very odd zooming. T-71's on your side. Wow, you you auto-aim that guy. Yeah, I don't know that auto-aim is the best choice for that. And then your Easy 8's gonna get picked on a little bit over there. I would see if you can shoot. Drive over there. Drive forward a little bit and get shots on those T-71s that are attacking your guide. If you just drive up to this building right there, you should be able to shoot them. Otherwise, it's poking out into heavies. Not what you would necessarily want to do.
It's a trap!
Target unlocked. Target acquired. Penetration.
Like, you can still help these guys out over here. It looks like they should be able to get them, but...
It's a trap!
I mean, you should zoom a little bit more on some of these shots here. And you should figure out if you can flank this KV-3 or what happened to this KV-2 over here. You can also go through this area right there, through the middle. Like, usually waiting is not a good thing, particularly if your team is not winning someplace else. Like, if your team was crushing it out here, then you can wait. You can be patient. You know, you can let them come to you. But if you're not winning, like on some other side, then you have to make something happen. You can't just spend this much time just waiting.
Penetration.
It's a trap!
Track hit. Penetration. We didn't penetrate their armor.
It's a trap!
Box is damaged. Enemy armor is damaged.
Oh, boxy German tank backing up into people. Yeah, you still need to figure out like if you can get around on these guys. You'll have an SU-152. Like a lot of your encounters are simple poke and peek against people, which is not the type of encounter you're trying to make, especially in a medium tank. Like, you don't want to end up in a medium tank poking against heavy tanks. You don't want to be in a medium tank poking against tank destroyers. Right? Those aren't the kinds of engagements that are good for you. The kind of engagements that are good for you is to use your mobility and to get onto the sides of tanks. Like in essence, what you did to this T-44, but this T-44 is more or less drew himself into this. And then you could very easily just drive up over here, come around, and see if you can get on the other side of this SU-152, put some pressure on the backside of this. They're doing all of the flanking, you're doing all of the reacting.
It's a trap!
Penetration. Gotcha. Enemy is hit.
Your Luva is pushing up that lane, so you probably want to go around on that side if you can. Just get as close to him as possible. Because what you want to be able to do is play off of this guy as much as you can.
It's a trap!
Good job. It's fine, just let them chase you. Worry about the guys in front of you.
Ready to. Enemy vehicle.
It's a trap!
And then don't overshoot the low, because you know that the ISU's coming up behind. You need to help him out. You're starting to separate too much.
The radio.
It's a trap!
We can only signal nearby vehicles. Target unlocked. The rangefinder took a hit. We can only shoot close targets. Enemy armor is damaged. The periscope is fixed, but it's still fragile.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's gonna get killed before you can do anything.
It's a trap!
Target acquired. Penetration.
And you should be closing the gap on the ISU right now, because you want you can want to be able to prevent that ISU from turning.
Enemy armor is destroyed. Enemy is hit.
Oh no! Yeah, so I thought that you did fine. I thought you could have done 1-2s with the Luva against the ISU, and then except you went all the way out. So again, in a situation like that, what you want to be able to do is, when you still have that IS alive, is to create a situation where you could flank them somehow, instead of being the ones to get flanked, instead of being so reactive, instead of waiting for the T-44 to get shots. Because they're always going to flank and get better shots on your team. And when you're down health, you need to try to create an opportunity, or be in a place where, like, as that T-44 was driving in, before he could get shots on your guys, you were already shooting him. Right? Those are the types of situations that you want to be able to create in that situation. And then you don't want to make sure that, especially when you have like half health and your heavy has full health more or less, you want to be close enough to him that you can play off of him, and that ends up being really important if you can do that. But otherwise, I feel like you spent a little bit too much time right here, not doing a whole lot. Like, you saw both of their T-71s push through over here, and then all you have to do is move forward a little bit, and you could have helped out. You didn't even need to drive over there or anything like that, although you could have, because it didn't really seem like anything other than the T-44 was on that east side. And you could have helped out your guys over there, because both of those guys were one shot at that point. But yeah, otherwise, just felt like you drove around here a little bit too much. Oh my god.
Fuel tanks hit.
Anyhow, let's see. So if we look at the stats are not working because... Oh, there we go. There we go. So if you look at the stats, it would have been nice if you could have gotten a little bit more out of your team, but yeah, that happens. Just a little bit too still in that mid game, I think. Your shot efficiency was good, which is always nice to see. Nice try though, GG.